What's going on YouTube? Cerberus here, bringing you another video. The objective is going to be to go over some of the common cryptocurrency terms. A lot of these will be unfamiliar to people that are new or just coming into the crypto space. I've had a lot of conversations with friends and family. They look at me like I'm speaking Greek. If you've been in the space for a while, you've got to remember, you know these terms, new people don't. So I wanted to put together a list of those terms, but before we get to that, quick review of CoinMarketCap. As you can see today, Bitcoin's at 14.9. It's kind of been bouncing around a little bit today. We've also got Litecoin tracking very well. If you are a holder of Litecoin, congratulations, you're doing quite well this month, $145 a coin. Monero is also doing well, $240 a coin. With that said, let's get into it. So, our first term, wallet. In the normal world, a wallet's going to be your normal, average, everyday billfold. Everyone knows what you're talking about. The problem is, normal people that are not involved in the crypto space will be thinking of what you see here, a wallet. However, in the crypto space, you're looking at something totally different. There are a lot of wallets on the market. There's Exodus, QT clients for each individual coin. There's a whole myriad of wallets out there. In this particular case, you see it's a screenshot of Exodus. Exodus is my preferred wallet, and I do have a video out there already in the Crypto 101 series showing you how to set up a wallet, use the wallet, and back up the wallet. Do take a look at those if you're just getting in. Next up, Fiat. A lot of people think car. No, not in the crypto space. Fiat in the crypto space is referring to anything that is a traditional currency. This would be the US dollar, euro, yen, whatever you would see as a normal currency. It's typically a physical currency that a government has declared to be a legal tender. Next up, we're going to have altcoin. If you go up to an average person and say altcoin, you're going to get this face. What are you talking about? In the crypto space, what that's referring to is any coin that is effectively not Bitcoin. This could be Ethereum, Litecoin, Dash, Monero, anything that's not actually a Bitcoin. After that, address. Most new people, this is going to be a physical location where you live, not in the crypto space. In the crypto space, your address is going to be your wallet address. Now, if you're using a multi-currency wallet like Exodus, that'll be one address per currency, all within the Exodus client. If you're looking at other coins that Exodus does not support, for example, Electroneum, you'll have a different address for those. This is the address you give to people to send you currency of that type. HODL. If you go to an average person and say HODL, again, here's what you're going to get. They have no idea what you're talking about. HODL is actually an acronym that started by accident. This came up on bitcointalk.org several years back. Someone was talking about holding. Well, they mistyped it, wrote HODL, and the rest is history. Effectively, what it means is holding on for dear life. You're holding on to your coins, you don't want to let them go. Next up, blockchain. The blockchain, if you go to a lot of people, you have no idea what they're going to picture. Probably something like this. However, in the crypto space, the blockchain is far from it. The blockchain is an unchangeable digital ledger that every transaction is on. This is the underpinning technology for all cryptocurrencies. This is going to affect not only cryptocurrencies, but humanity in a lot of ways. We've got a lot of financial institutions coming on board. There are a lot of experiments being done with using this for scientific applications. It's a fantastic technology. Next up is block. If you go up and say to someone, this is on the block, this is probably what they're going to see. Some street corner, somewhere in a large city, not what we're talking about. A block in the crypto space is actually a block of data containing transactions. That is communicated back into the network and then processed by the miners to validate all the transactions within that block are actually valid. Once that block is validated by the miners, it's then written to the public ledger. That's disseminated amongst all the computers on the network, and it's permanent. Next up is bear. Most people, if you say you're a bear, they're going to look at you like you're crazy and wonder why you're not in a zoo or a psych ward. In the marketplace, whether it be crypto space or financial markets, they're referring to being bear or bearish indicates a declining market. It doesn't necessarily mean a crash, but it's definitely not on an uptrend. After that, you'll be looking at bull. Now, depending on who you're talking to, this could have a couple different connotations. If the person likes you and knows you, it may be different. But either way, we're not talking about the animal. In a bull market, it's the opposite of a bear market. A bull market, or as you'll hear people say they're being bullish, or something's on a bull run, means it's climbing quickly. This is actually a carryover from the financial world, much like stock markets. Next up is going to be public key. Most people think of keys, big key rings, piano keys, something of that nature. Not in the crypto space. What we're referring to is your public key. Now, in layman's terms, the public key is going to be your wallet address. There's more to it than that. In fact, your wallet address is derived from your public key. I won't get into that here. Just keep in mind that's referring to your wallet address. Private keys. Your private keys are the mating part to your public key. Most people, if you say private key, they're thinking house key, car key, something like that. In the crypto space, this is actually going to be what is used by your computer to decrypt what's coming in to you that was encrypted with your public key. Here you can see a fairly simple example. You've got a plain text incoming. It's encrypted using your public key, your wallet address. You have to then decrypt it on your computer with your private key. This is all done automatically. That said, remember, keep your private keys private. Don't ever give them to anybody. If you do, they've got access to your entire wallet. FOMO. This is actually from the Urban Dictionary. This is a thing that exists inside and outside the crypto space. In the normal world, FOMO means basically you're missing an opportunity or some sort of event. You don't want to miss out on a great thing that your friends are going to do. In the crypto space, it's typically about gains. You don't want to miss the rally on whatever coin. And you can see here, there are actually calculators out there to see how much you've missed out on. A lot of times, prices are driven by FOMO. If a coin starts going up in value, a lot of people want to get in quickly so they don't miss out on the rise. The problem is, usually by the time you hear about the rally, it's about to start heading back down or correcting, as we say. FUD. If you go to most people and you say FUD, this guy comes to mind. Elmer Fudd. No, that's not what we're talking about. FUD means fear, uncertainty, and doubt. This is basically spreading general disinformation and to cause fear among consumers or competition. A lot of people use this to drive emotions, and it tends to push the market. People respond to emotional responses. A lot of guys on YouTube you'll see will not support FUD. They say they're not trying to spread FUD, and in a lot of cases won't even do videos on certain topics because those are nothing but FUD. ICO. Most people have never heard this term. In the regular investing world, you'll hear IPO, which is initial public offering. In the crypto space, it's initial coin offering. This is a bit of a mix between an IPO and online crowdfunding. Basically, the company or group that's behind the crypto coin will offer the coins available before normal exchanges and before normal mining to help raise money for the project. These coins are typically sold at a very low price compared to what they'll be on the exchanges. I personally do get involved in a lot of ICOs. The potential for gains is very high, but the potential for loss is also there. This is something new investors need to keep in mind. Again, don't invest money you're not prepared to lose. Pump and dump. This is something that exists in both the crypto space and the real world. This exists mostly in the stock market, but effectively what it is, a group of people will basically hype up, promote, advertise, and really pump interest into something, whether it be a cryptocurrency, a cheap stock, anything of those natures. Once it gets to a certain point, they're already holding a lot of them, they dump it. They get all the gains, and now a lot of the people that came running in based on the pump are left holding the bag on something that's either worth what it was when they got in, or is now worthless. Whales. Most people, that's a whale. Orca, Shamu, whatever. No, not in the crypto space. In the crypto space, this is actually a little chart I found fairly amusing. Effectively, what a whale is in the crypto space is a person that owns a lot of coins. It doesn't matter if it's Bitcoin, Litecoin, whatever coin. If they hold a lot of coins, they can effectively influence the market price. If they hold enough coins, they can sell those coins cheaply on the exchanges. Once that happens, the entire market price will dip. Now that they've got the money, they'll jump right back in, so they can make a lot of gains. There are whales out there, they do make waves, just something to keep in mind. This little chart, I found it pretty amusing. Exchange. Most people think stock exchange, Wall Street, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, those. In the crypto space, what we're looking at is more along the lines of Coinbase, Poloniex, Cryptopia. I've got a video on how to set up a Coinbase account. I'll leave a link below for this video. If you're interested in signing up, please do watch that video, and please do use my link. It helps support the channel. In the normal world, mining, this is what people think of. If you go to your average friend and say you're now a miner, they're going to be wondering where your hard hat is and where your pickaxe is. However, in the crypto space, this is more or less what you're going to have. Racks of computer parts, lots of graphics cards, lots of heat, and basically a heater that'll heat your house and make money. Hash rate. I think a couple of you guys might know who these guys are. In the normal world, if you ask someone what their hash rate is, you'll probably get a lot of different answers. In the crypto space, there's a bit of a different answer. This is actually the speed and how much computing power you have to mine a specific coin on that network. The higher your hash rate, typically the better. The more calculations you can do, the more coins you get. In this particular example, you can see in the red circle 32.54 H per S. That's hash per second, so 32.5 calculations per second. Hardfork. Hardfork in the real world pretty much means you bit your fork while you're eating. In the crypto space, this is actually a divergence in the blockchain of a coin. So the example given here on the left, you see original Bitcoin. On the bottom, you see Bitcoin Gold. What happens here is effectively, this is when the code or software that comprises a coin like Bitcoin changes in a significant way. Usually it's an improvement. In some cases, it can be that the core development team doesn't agree on the direction the coin should go in the future. At that point, they'll fork the coin. As of the fork, one coin, the original, continues on the original blockchain. However, the new coin continues on a new blockchain with its own rules. A lot of times when these happen, people will hurry and buy the original coin before the fork so that they automatically have the matching coin on the new blockchain when it comes out. Nodes. In most cases, if you talk to a normal person in the public world and you say node, they're going to think you're either a network technician or programmer. In the crypto space, what a node is effectively a computer or software that's connected to the coin's network, and it maintains a copy of the blockchain. It's collecting information from the users and sending it through the miners for validation. Satoshi. In a lot of cases, people will have it mixed up with Yoshi or all sorts of other things. A Satoshi in the crypto space is actually 100 millionth of a Bitcoin. You don't have to buy an entire Bitcoin. A lot of people have that misconception. In the crypto space, you can actually buy coins of any type in very small fractions. You buy them based on the dollar value or your fiat currency's value of what you want, not necessarily the entire coin. This makes getting into Bitcoin, which is $15,000, a lot easier. You could buy $100 worth. Satoshi Nakamoto. In a lot of circles, this gentleman here was believed originally to be the creator of Bitcoin. His name just happens to be Satoshi Nakamoto. However, realistically, Satoshi Nakamoto is more of a pseudonym for the mysterious creator of Bitcoin. Nobody really knows who created Bitcoin. There's speculations out there, but nothing confirmed. And of course, the original person or group behind it have not come forward. At this point, I don't blame them. POW. Some people may think of Prisoners of War, or they may think of the original Batman series. Either way, not Cryptospace. This refers to proof of work. Proof of work is effectively the calculations being done to mine a block of data. As you can see, a proof of work is a requirement to define an expensive computer calculation, also known as mining. This directly contrasts proof of stake. Normally, proof of stake does not mean proof of stake to everyone else. As you can see here, this car should pretty much sum it up. But with cryptocurrency, proof of stake is effectively a different way to validate the transactions. The block is chosen and mined based on how much wealth or stake the person on that particular node has. When it's processed, there's no reward, but the foragers, similar to the miners, take the transaction fee instead. White paper. To a lot of people, a white paper, unless they've been through fairly advanced college courses, would be blank sheets of paper. However, in the crypto space, what this is effectively a technical write-up that most cryptocurrencies use to take a deeper look into their structure, their plans, lay out what they're trying to achieve, and how they aim to go about it. A lot of coins that you see with ICOs will have their white paper published. I highly encourage you to go read these white papers, study, do your due diligence, and look for plagiarism. There's a lot of coins that come along that just rob someone else's white paper, copy in their information, and off you go. Decentralized. A lot of people hear this word and they think chaos, mayhem, all sorts of unusual problems. In the crypto space, what that's referring to is actually the ledger system. As you see on the left here, a central ledger basically is controlled and held by one entity. Think of this as your bank ledger. You don't have access to Bank of America's ledger system. It's theirs, they control it, no one else can see it. If they made a strange change, nobody could prove otherwise. With a decentralized ledger system, all of the computers that are active on the network have a copy. As a result, anything that's changed has to now be changed on the entire network and all of the preceding blocks. That amount of computational power is just about impossible. Tokens. Most people think of subway tokens, train tokens. In this case, we're referring to Ethereum, ERC20 tokens, and others I'm sure that will come along in the future. A token is similar to a cryptocurrency. It can function as like one. However, the main function isn't necessarily just a transfer of value. A lot of them have unique projects attached to them, for example, Golem, Electronium, etc. There's a lot of interesting options of tokens out there that are built on top of the Ethereum blockchain. By building on top of the Ethereum blockchain, a lot of the work is already done. They can just go on their own different idea. Well, that pretty much covers it for this, guys. If you have any questions, please do leave them down below. I do also encourage you to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, leave comments. Give me some ideas for what you want to see. See you in the next video.